Welcome to everybody's favorite Red Mage, episode number 72. I'm No Fing Wei, aka Spencer, and this is a 5-minute breakdown of a Red Magic the Gathering card, the properties, missed opportunities, and honestly what I think. You can find me on twitch.tv/NoFingWei for a $0 free experience on MTG Arena. I'll show you how to do it. Today is the card from the set The Brothers War, Monastery Swiftspear. Now, 1 red mana for a 1/2 creature human monk. It's an uncommon. She has haste and has prowess. And prowess is when the creature if you cast a non-creature spell, the creature gets +1/+1 to end the turn. Now, Monastery Swiftspear has always been a champ. Okay, it's a reprint, and the card has always been successfully a powerhouse in red for the longest time. In fact, they still use Monastery Swiftspear in Legacy. It's a strong option in red burn decks, considering that it has haste. It gets bigger when you play burn spells. This card really needs no introduction. It does work. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It has 2 creature types, which gives it an advantage in both human decks and monk decks. I don't really remember that many monk decks, to be honest with you, but I do know a lot of haste decks, and I do know a lot of human decks. Now, sometimes when they do splash humans, it's the white-red version, and with humans, they tend to go a little bit bigger, and with the burn spells, they tend to float in Lightning Helix. But in Arena, Monastery Swiftspear has really found a home with the more slower creatures. It gets to dodge them. It fits really well in standard as the premier red spell. There are other red spells that help make this card a little bit better, and this card does become a threat early game and mid game. Late game, it's a really tough card to justify, but it is nice to draw on the top of your library. I can probably give really good examples of how many times Monastery Swiftspear has been a really good top deck, especially if you save 2 in the pocket post Wrath, right? Monastery Swiftspear is always a good card to have in the opening hand. It's always good to play post Wrath if you have a backup non-creature spell. Sometimes the deck doesn't even have to operate on burn. The deck can operate on growth spells or +1/+1 effects or enchantments, right? So because as long as it's a non-creature spell, a lot of times you get to play giant growths and splashing green, or you get to play in the red giant spells, the red big spells. You can go with the +1/+2, +2/+1, anything that can add any more damage to Monastery Swiftspear, and it feels really good. Now, a lot of the times when you have abilities like this, it's usually on wizards, so you typically might mix in Monastery Swiftspear in wizard decks, but doesn't get the benefit. But it does play really well with speed. So I always recommend Monastery Swiftspear, and no matter format you're playing with red, as long as you have room, and if you're trying to get an early clock, it's really good to have in your opening hand. It's really good to aggressively mulligan for Monastery Swiftspear. And to be honest with you, when you do collect enough burn spells or enough non-creature spells to help justify the Swiftspear, it'll really give you an opportunity to play this creature post Wrath. It's really nice. The only downside I could see with it is late game, when red's out of steam, and you're top decking 1 card, 2 cards here and there, or you're top decking all creatures. Sometimes the Swiftspear just doesn't get it, right? Like, you just have 2 in your opening hand, then you're drawing your 2-drop, then you're drawing your 3-drop, and they're all creatures. It's really tough. But other than that, if you can mix in more spells, whether they're enchantments, giant growths, burn spells, even healing spells, really, for yourself, anything that can give you an opportunity to get a leg up on Monastery Swiftspear, either in the beginning of the game or post-Wrath, post-Sweep, then it'll give you the greatest opportunity to use this creature. It's versatile. You can really throw it anywhere as long as your deck has room for little hasty boys. Yeah? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? You tell me what you think. let me know on a message, YouTube, Instagram, the podcast, or twitch.tv/nofingway. Next, whatever card you think I should review next, you decide, all right? Episode 72 in the books. Peace.